Kimbell. But before that, I'm going to do a quick little song about love, which is a many splendor thing. Miranda Lambert did this song. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. You should spend your whole life wishing that you don't fall apart. And every time you're feeling empty, you better thank your lucky stars. 'Cause if you ever felt one breaking, you would never have a heart. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. I've been on the road that you're on. It did not get me that far. But you're missing something. Even when love is so damn hard. 'Cause take it from me, darling, a human has a heart. How lucky we are. We have a heart. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. I'm glad we talked this out. You can take mine if you want it, 'cause it's in pieces now. And by the way, Mr. Tin Man, if you don't mind my scars, give to me your armor. But I want to keep my heart. So the poets say it's better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. And as humans, we can bring testimony to that, can't we? But what can AI do? They can't. We have a heart. Okay, y'all ready to get the rhythm up, the vibration up? Come on up, hon. I'll help you get your CD going.
Thinking still an extra drum. Everybody should have a drum back here.
We've got all kinds around here. and pick my poison.
Well, thank you guys for being up here. I think I talked once before, quite a while back, and so my story, to go through it, is that we had a drumming group up in Coeur d'Alene, and we had like 35 or 40 people, and we meet once a month, and we'd also, the last time, just before the pandemic, we had 35 people, and we had 5 or 6 from the Spokane tribe, and 5 or 6 from the Blackfoot tribe joined us, and we all drummed together. But see, it will explain, this drumming that I learned is not the powwow. A powwow, each tribe has his own beat. But this is drumming that a Native American, I think, went through an alcohol treatment thing, and he learned these kind of metaphysical drumming, and it's sacred to everybody. But my story is I moved to northern Idaho in 1947. My dad was an FBI agent, and I was a pretty active kid in white privilege, and I was making bombs when I was 8 years old. And so I liked physics, and I wanted to be a psychoanalyst, though. But when I took my entrance exam, they said, you better be an engineer because you can't read or write. And so I was in engineering and liked to party, and my engineering teacher, who was brand new from Purdue, said, Jim, don't take my classes because you like to party too much. And I told myself, in 4 years, I'm going to have a degree and a master's degree, and he's going to be working for me. And it worked out, so it was a challenge. So I always had challenges, and Coeur d'Alene was a mecca for spirituality and metaphysics and more agnostic type. And so I was so left-brained into engineering, but then I just needed the boost. I had a little company designing wastewater treatment plants up in Coeur d'Alene area. I wanted to do big stuff, and I went over and took a class in, it was civil mine control. And then up the street there was a class in drumming and, whatever it is, seeing your spirituality and stuff and get your power animal. And so I took that and found my power animal was a giraffe. A giraffe? Well, the thing with it, I'm way down the road, and so I've studied a lot of quantum physics and stuff, and the odds on us being here, I'm 81 years old, I've been through almost everything, and the odds of us being here is 10 to 125th to 1. And that is, the odds are impossible because of all that, there's trillions of stars and trillions of this and that. And to be here right now, that I can sit here and speak to you people and myself and not have somebody ready to kill me, and we have to really take that. But people take it for granted, and I'm 81, I take it for granted I can still do this, and the drumming had dropped out pretty much up north, and I'm starting that, and so this will be my introduction to get going back again with a group and working with the people up there. And so when I sold my company, I had a little extra money, and I have horses, and I love horses, so and I had an office down here that I sold, and I traded that for some property up the river. And I didn't realize it's right across from Redbird Beach. And it just somehow, this is a picture. You have to look real close. But what do you see in that picture? What's across the river?
Skulls.
Skulls. What's the name of the picture? The echo of the word, and the word was, and that's evolution or creation. Mm-hmm. Creation is just slow evolution.
They're big.
So think it was a burial ground in Native America. Why that area, I think it's bones.
Only a certain kind of name.
It does look like evolution with skulls though.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you go further down, that's Redbird Beach, up on the hillside looking down. So if you go down the river a ways, down on the other side of the creek, this is Redbird Canyon. The other guy took a picture, he saw monkey skulls.
That's
So, kind of interesting how the property I bought, and,
Libby's gonna be closed.
a while back,
It's all been closed.
you had a Native American give you was supposed to give you a talk on the pipe ceremony, and that's the sacred pipe. And I always wondered about Native American. I had nicknames of Tonto and Ishi, and so along my way I took about everything I could and to get my business going, because I was competing with worldwide engineers to design sewer plants. And so that got my into the right left brain working together. Then I ended up with big corporation, but only 12 people, and I had an office down here. And so I find I attribute taking these classes and the drumming too, opening my mind up to hear people and see what happens. These sewer plant projects, the engineers come in and they tell the public works director they know everything, but they don't talk to the operator. And I was specialized in working with operators, and I got a treatment plant at Walla Walla, which is a $50 million project, and one in Moscow, and I got involved in all these things, and I sold it. But then my company went bankrupt almost because of the pandemic, so I had to get into something else. I got into called the Gurdjieff Fourth Way. And that was esoteric Christianity. I tell you, why do humans go through this period of killing each other? So that's a little bit of history there. And so I'm so fortunate to be able to share what I learned. And one of them was a Native American came up, and he had taught drumming. And I think he was a real Native American. I got invited to one of these where you hang yourself from the nipple ceremonies, and I wasn't quite into that. So the drumming was very sacred in the sense that the beat isn't like African drumming. I can't do African drumming because it's like you have different octaves or rhythms, so you have maybe 5 or 6 that you roll around. I drum once a month with a group of African drummers, and they let me do my thing, and we all drum together. So what I did here now is my story too is a hat, and I got stories. I got 27 near-death experiences, and I led my horse around Suicide Point about a dozen times, and that's an experience. If you ever heard of Suicide Point, it's a cliff that I got a picture on my wall down at Lewiston, my property across from Redbird. It's just a little fishing shack. And so actually the friends are all kind of middle class, and they love to drum. So we drum at my place, but they don't quite get the sense of it, but it is kind of a sacred spot. So I had 2-3 experiences with the sacred pipe with my teacher, and we were up at Redbird, not Redbird, but come almost up the street a ways, Buffalo Eddie. We drummed on the video there. And it's too sacred to, I don't teach it, I've done it a few times, and you've got to be in it. And so, and there's a whole story to it. So what I got is, we had a CD on the drumming, and we drummed for, I think, probably in the late 90s probably, I started drumming, and then my teacher kind of backed off. And so luckily I got the CDs of it. And I know a dozen songs. So I'll share, I have the CD here, and it is so awesome that the trouble is there's the song that the words like, Well, my favorite song is Hey Nickety, the God song. You guys have a handout, number 24.
Not everyone. I forgot to give my cell phone. Is there more up here?
Right here.
Yeah, I got it. There you go.
I'm getting a little bit more. We can't quite hear you.
Okay.
You might want to stand over here.
Okay. And we'll, take just a second. Kind of ad-libbing here.
There's one down there.
Now the drumstick, this is a Native
You
American
need
made.
more?
And,
No.
Okay, so
Is this the
we'll
one
get
you're
to
looking
the,
for?
yeah. Well, I got plenty of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, it was behind.
All right, so the songs that you have here, luckily I got the CD, we made it, I don't know how many years ago, 15 years ago, and I got the master finally, and so I do drum up the river. There's plenty of my friends who go jet boating and stuff like that. They're not into it, but so the words are the beat, and it's the words. And if you listen to a Native American talk, like Imnaha, it's Imnaha. If you can just tell the way they have a different role. And frankly, the Native Americans have been through so much, but we killed off 90% of them, and how they could do that and still come up and be forgiving and stuff. And so that's why I think I have Native American in me, but you don't know my mother's dad, and back east. And so I think I was called nicknamed Ishi and nicknamed Tonto. So the songs, we'll start off, and I have this, I'll pick out a few of them. I think I can work this right. I said that I have the CD, and I'll go through the first one is number one, but it's not, the songs on the sheet here aren't the same as on the CD as far as in the orders. I'll be jumping around. And so we get this on. Help me just a little bit.
Right?
Hi everybody. This CD was made by the drum group Pajutawakan, by the 11 members of the drum group. This CD is meant for a teaching aid only for the new members coming in. I mean no disrespect to any drum group, tribe, or nation, and this is not to be sold or used for commercial purposes, and I ask you to respect that. Thank you.
And so that says, does this mic here work too? So that's the stage for the, I hope to get some tribal people here, and it didn't work out. We could all drum together, and I'm working on that. Maybe it's a list of pair, we'll have something. So I'll take along.
Press the space bar if you want to pause. Space bar.
Pause.
Space bar.
Space bar.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. This CD was made by the drum group Pajutawakan by the 11 members of the drum group. This CD.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, everybody. This CD. Hi, everybody. This CD was made by the drum group Pajutawakan by the 11 members of the drum group. This CD is meant for a teaching aid only for the new members coming in. Mean no disrespect to any drum group, tribe, or nation. And this is not to be sold.
There it is.
Hi, everybody.
No.
Hi, everybody. Pajutawakan by the
Okay, we'll pause. Oh, okay. There we go.
Space
Is it
bar.
play?
Space bar.
Push it against the space bar.
Traditional. Hi.
Okay. Just do it from there.
Just the space bar.
Okay, so the next song is not on the CD here. It's called Water Spirit. And
That's a talking drum.
these songs
That's kind of
you
cool.
can play and express yourself.
Yeah,
When
you
you get the
squeeze
drumming,
the outside
uh,
and it will speak with
you
you.
put it's a way of relieving stress because you're working with the earth songs and stuff. This is my favorite one, and we're going to Mother, I Feel You Under My Feet. But the Water Spirit is you'll see number 21. And my experience with that was I was jet boating with a friend of mine back in 2000. Guy bought a brand new jet boat, and we went up the Snake River to the Salmon River, and went up the Salmon River, and I didn't realize it, but the guy was an alcoholic, and he had a brand new Benz boat, and the windows are open, and you have to close the windows if you go through a rapid. And so we went up the Salmon River, and I was getting kind of worried because we all had some drinks, and there were 6 of us, and we all had, the first thing was you have your beer and your wine, and also we had all kinds of fishing gear. We were fishing, there were about a dozen different fishing poles, and there's hooks hanging out around the back, and so we're going up the Salmon, and you get up there to one of the major rapids, and you start to go up the rapid, working with the throttle, and working with the throttle, and all of a sudden, I knew there was something going on here because, and all of a sudden, we hit a big wave, and it came in the boat and flooded the back end of the boat and washed the one guy into the back, and I looked around and there was a foot of water in the boat, and I told the guy to get the life jackets out, so the life jackets were floating around in the back, and I grabbed the life jacket and dove in the water, and it was ice cold May, and so I was swimming toward shore with my life jacket in one hand, and Joe, the guy there, he been floating by with a bottle of whiskey in the other hand. But I went to shore, but I was singing Water Spirit, and if you look at that number 20, and it goes, I'll go through it a couple of times, and I have to get the beat going. Water Spirit, Water Spirit, running through my head, sure and glad that I'm blinded, tie, when she tie, you'll be high, Orlandicka, hey, hey. Actually, women aren't supposed to, you'll see a powwow in Native Americans. Women don't drum, but this is trade
Ruh-roh.
songs, and these are, everybody gets together. And you put your emotion in it because it's to me, it's a real, take it out on the drum. And my teacher, he pointed the drum, and there's this one song where you just beat the tar out of the drum. And there's a big powerful drum. And we had a 6-foot one, and I'm going to get another one. So I'm going to try to do more teaching. So we did the river, and a good one is called, is Bringing in the Spirit. It's this song, I have the second CD, there's 42 songs. So I had this CD, and I'm trying to burn off some more. And it's called the God Song, but it's Bringing in the Spirit, and it's the most sacred song you sang earlier. It's the sacred music, and it's sacred the way you sing it too. It goes, hey Nickety, hey wana, hey Nickety, hey wana, hase mana, hey wana, hase mana, hey wana. So you see number 24. That's got the growl to it too. So, and the beat is hey nickety, hey wana, hey nickety, hey wana, say wana, hey wana, say wana, hey wana, hey nickety, hey wana, hey nickety, hey wana, say wana, hey wana, say wana, hey wana, hey nickety, hey wana, hey nickety, hey wana, say wana. What they do, the drum circle goes 7 times, and there is an opening to the drum circle. You say prayer to the east, the west, and north, south, and mother and father. And so the group we do that too. And it's been 10 years, 5 years since I've done that. So the drumming circle is a sacred system, and there's no mucking around, but it is take it out of the drum, because the drum, we'll do this last one called Mother, I Feel You Under My Feet. And we'll go through that. Excuse me here. It's number 4 in your front page. Interesting is Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heart beat. So, Mother, I feel you under my feet is earthing. You ever heard earthing? That you connect with the energy of the ground and the earth and the pulsing. And there's a certain beat there. And then, Mother, I feel your heart beat. And that is the heartbeat of the earth. And supposedly, if I get it right, the beat and the tone that we have is that beat. And it's taken years to put these songs together to match with the traditional Native American and people that are spiritual. What is this? So this goes, Mother, I feel you under my feet. So you're grounding, and you could dance to this too. And then, Mother, I feel your heartbeat. And then, I feel you under my feet. And then, okay. And they say this a little bit different. Because Mother, I feel you under my feet, Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Okay, so they say that twice. When I learned it, you didn't do it twice, but okay. And the beat is.
Got me.
So the thing of it is you take your energy out of the drum, and the drum goes back, and you're with the earth.
That's what happens when you're making homemade bread too.
That's right. So
Hate that
I'm
damn
trying to get a young group going down here. I'd like to work with the tribe and talk to them. They can have that Harry Kickapoo. He didn't come out.
Slickapoo.
And the sacred pipe is a sacred, and I can see why they probably didn't have, might have backed out, because it's more of a sacred ceremony for Native Americans. And you're on the beach, and you're the special way you move the pipe around, and sacred songs and introduction and stuff. And so I wouldn't try to teach it. This, whatever it takes, a special way to handle the pipe. So I appreciate you guys putting up my just as my introduction. I've had to stand in front of people selling sewer systems and tell people that you've got to spend $150 a month on the new sewer. I had 500 people out there ready to kill me, and so I'm used to standing in front of city councils and hearings and that kind of stuff. So. I'm used to standing up, and I feel like I got to put back into the system from what I've taken out, and my property up the river is just sacred, and so I'm going to try to get some drumming circles up there. And the guy that had it, his name was Robin Hood. And it's interesting, when I bought the place, here's about a dozen CDs of Robin Hood, and his brother Dan Hood, they have a big shop they rebuilt and stuff, and he was an alcoholic, and he had big bonfires out there, and the cops were out there all the time, and this is 5 acres, and I got 500 feet of frontage on the river, and right across from Redbird, and it's a sacred spot that I want to try to get use it for what it is. And so I appreciate, and there's the hat again. This is, I got a story. I got 27 near deaths, and I went through the around Suicide Point, I almost went over that, and the jet boat, and up the middle fork of the Salmon River in 1984 when the earthquake hit. We were 60 miles from the epicenter of Mount Bora, went down 60 feet, and the earth was rolling and rocks coming off. My horse just stood there. And motorcycle deals. I had all these toys, and I just feel fortunate to be here. So I just feel that I think this is a way of healing, and we can get together with the Native Americans. And my daughter, she's a counselor for the Native Americans, and so I appreciate it. Any questions that you might have? Yeah.
Do the words, do they mean something or are they just sounds?
They're a vibration, like calling in the spirit or the God sound. And that is when it's really sacred. It's got to be, it's a vibration. Hey, Nikati, hey, one na. And it doesn't have our words. It's a sacred vibration that through the years that they put together.
Calling in the spirit.
And that's why I had a teacher that would point to, you say it the right way. Go ahead.
So, I don't know if you know about acoustics and molecules, but if you were to hit a certain way, right, the molecules will literally make a pattern.
Right.
Right? So, it is like they know what their molecules from the ground to the sky do to them, right? So it's sacred to them. They understand that's what that does to them, right? So it's like a picture painted for them. So it's just, it's their words, their beat, their sound, their molecule, right? And everybody has a different one, right? So that's basically what that is the vibration can make a picture or move your molecules in a certain way. So.
Yeah, part of my study was called the Gurdjieff Fourth Way work. It was esoteric Christianity. And you get a book out about that thick in 1947 called Beelzebub's Tales of His Grandson. And his whole theme was, why do humans periodically go through and kill each other and destroy everything? And it's kind of a sci-fi thing. And actually, I got another book, one that's called Hormone Again, that we're feeding all the kids all these hormones, and they're having trouble going fast. And also that the solar flare period. If you notice, we're in the next of a maximum solar flare. That does affect, and you can plot wars whenever you have a maximum solar. So we're influenced by all these things, but there's still, I don't think there's a spirit out there. There are many quantum computers, and we store, you can get your whole life on a little chip. That your mitochondria or something is a mini quantum computer, and it's storing information. It's really interesting how we came up with this, but there's something out there that we evolved to, like the skulls. That is something, a field that we can't detect, and hopefully maybe somebody has detected what that field is and messed with it, because we are messing with it. All these satellites and all this Wi-Fi, it's not natural. So.
No, I totally agree. Everything has a vibration, everything has a radiation, everything has, and so on, has. I can go on forever about what it has. And the more things you throw in, like cell phone, computer, or satellite, or whatever, everything gives off an electric pulse.
Yep.
And it will bounce off of anything that has matter. And anything that has an electrical pulse has matter, and so on and so on forth. And so it's going like this. Like the drum, right?
Yep.
But, like you said about the solar flare, right? That's that radiation. and it has to hit something. So, anyway.
And there's a good book called You Are Electric by Sally Adee. And this is spooky. That just came out about a year ago. That well, first of all, way back when, in the early 40s, they had a doctor would measure the voltage of the what do they call that when the baby is sprouts of the
Heartbeat?
Conception?
no, what's it, the ovulate in the ovum, they can check that. And if it's 35 millivolts, she would get pregnant. Well, they're using that for birth control, and the Catholic Church didn't like that. But they also found it's really strange that they put a certain voltage on a bubble on the back of a frog, and it turned into an eyeball.
Huh.
That is,
Say that again?
yeah, it's hard to believe, but we're electric, and it's this connection that everything we have is some voltage and some, just like your thoughts too are little pulses in your axons and your neurons and all that. So there's stem cell therapy that you can take a stem cell and grow a whole body. But there's a certain combination of voltage, and there's a therapy too that they have different voltages and pulsing that heal things. But yeah, and so they had a frog had some kind of cell on its back, and they put this voltage, and it turned into an eyeball. And that's I don't know. This is an incredible story.
Scary.
And also, she was involved in the remote viewing. That you'd have a person in one room and another, and the guy would be looking at Taj Mahal, and the guy in the other room, and they had a photoelectric tube, and when the guy saw the same thing of the Taj Mahal, it would light up a PM tube. But this is all analog equipment. Now it's digitized now, it's chopped up into little pieces, so we don't really see real music, we don't see, unless it's a live concert. It's really, we don't really feel, we're not getting a true story unless it's live. Just like this is live here drumming. We could put it on the CD, it still isn't all exactly, it's gone through all this other stuff. So we live in kind of a different world than the Native Americans did and our pre-1984 people did. It's a deep, I'm building a trying to detector of the God particle. And it's kind of interesting. So I'll put that, it's scared, but I'm scared to, go ahead.
The heart, when you think of someone that has heart problems, all of that is electric. So like when someone goes into AFib or they need a defibrillator, it's because they're trying to get that rhythm of electricity back in place, the way that it should be, because that's how we stay alive.
Yeah, it's EEG and EKG. But see, I build vacuum tube equipment, so the old EEG stuff, because the vacuum tube is a vacuum with the electrons, it could be any place, and you connect it, but now it's all digitized. So after 1984, it was digitized, and so again, it's hard to really get to the real sense of it. And
well, everyone is a unique individual, so every person has a different kind of electrical impulse of themselves.
right,
So you have to find things that adjust that to themselves.
yeah, and there are people that do measure the aura using infrared. I don't know how good that is on infrared, but we light up differently. So I'm way into science too. But see, we'll never discover. I doubt it. It's evolution is over so many periods, and it's a long. We have to have multi-detectors and stuff. I hopefully don't ever detect that because they'll be using it against us. And maybe they are using it against us. The Russians are way ahead of it. But this is a way of healing, and it's out there on the beach and drumming. And we have in Coeur d'Alene one time, last time I drummed was 150 students, and my teacher, and we all had fun, and that was 5 years ago.
Do you currently have anything going on in our area?
What's that?
Do you currently have any like drum circles in our area?
Well, we had this Unity Church up in Coeur d'Alene. We have once a month, but it's been taken over a lot of African drumming and that kind of stuff. And they do polyrhythm. Native American, I'm building up a group that, because I'm not musical inclined, I can beat the drum and I can pick up the figure stuff. So I'm trying to get that going. I'm going to work with the conservatory up there and start a drumming circle. And I've just been busy trying to, I got caught up with designing a couple treatment plants that helping people out, and it turned out they didn't, it was really a mess, and trying to get done with that so I get back to what I want to do. So I really appreciate it, and
Thank you so much.
Thank you.